acres in this block. It was bought up by the Woods and Forests. That's why you've got issues of pines sitting around, which of course got cleaned up in Ash Wednesday. But you can see the interesting terrain of Cuddly Creek with the very steep hills, the very narrow valleys, and when the sun's shining up here, it's fantastic. I think you'll all agree it's a fantastic piece of scenery here. In about the 1850s, Susanna Hannaford came to Australia. I think that they were trying to escape the window tax that was in the country.
What's a window tax?
Tax on windows. When you had windows in your house, you were taxed on the windows.
In the UK, yeah.
Anyway, she came to Australia with her 4 sons. And after a short time, they came up and acquired this property. William, her eldest son, later on, built this house, which is called Hatchlands. And I would have loved to have come up the valley and you could come right past it, but we can't do that. But it really is one of those houses that are quite unique that we see around. The ones that I can think of is not far over the hill is Ludwig House, which was built by the South Australian Company. Sorry, I've got my back for you. That's right. And of the same sort of design, the 2-storey. There's another one, Dunn's at Charleston, and I think there's another one down Cherry Gardens way. It fell into ruin, and a fellow got hold of the ruins and re-established, Wolfgang, can't think of his surname, and he rebuilt the place. He managed to get the foundation stone from a masonry place in Adelaide, and he rebuilt the place. Ash Wednesday came along, and that's what's devastated many of these forests, because it's just a small section in the middle of the forest nowadays, and he managed to save it. There was some damage to the stables and a few other things, but by and large, he managed to sustain it. Had a very, very historical house of that unique style of gentry of the olden days. So there you are.
What year was it built again? What year?
I think it might have been built in about the 1850s. But
Thereabouts.
Yeah, thereabouts. Established in 1893. A private company built all this, and it wasn't going too well, and the government took it over in 1894. And it closed in the early 1950s. It's the gold battery, and so gold was brought in from a number of places, and you'll see in a minute, you'll be able to stroll around. There's the battery that's still sitting there. The engine that they put in the latter part is still there. There's been some material stolen out of here from time to time. I understand out of here they got 53,000 ounces of gold. Harrogate has, like Cuddly Creek and probably like Lenswood, had significant families in the past and of the future. Well, the present anyway, not about the future. But I've talked about Bryce's, it was Bryce Road. This property used to be owned by the Bryce's, and you would have noticed as we came in, on the gate there's T's. Everyone noticed that?
Yes.
Okay. This was the T's homestead once. And so they owned, I'm not quite sure how much they owned here, they owned a parcel of land here. And the significance of this spot here is that if you look just down the other side of that heap of stones, is one of the few threshing floors that are around. And so the T's, I'm not quite sure where they grew their wheat, but some of the better pieces, and they'd bring their wheat down and throw it on this paved area. I mean, obviously, that was 160, 170 years ago. And what's happened is they've taken away the log that was there. There used to be a big gum log shaped in a cone, so that the horse would pull the cone around and thresh the wheat. So I'm bringing you here because it was a very significant spot. Slide, or it's on a creek.
Yeah, that'd be great. Isn't it sad how it's just super like that?
Yeah.
Probably they did quite a few, 6 to 8 years in a row, I reckon.